Improvement, an increase in value or an excellence of quality or condition. That's the definition of improvement. If you're anything like me, and your goal is to simply improve, get just a touch better, and feel a bit more inspired by this game, then I would say you are ready to improve at Rocket League. Luckily for you, and myself, that is exactly what I plan to help us do. And I say us because I too have much to work on, and if I want to keep improving, then I will need to keep on the grind. A disclaimer, I am only Champ 3 at the time of making this. By no means am I a pro or going to be 100% correct all the time, but I know I am not content just staying at Champ 3 either. But with this series, I will do my best, and if there's any information missing or wrong, please do let me know in the comments below. Either way, that's what I plan to do with this new series, how to improve at Rocket League. I plan to cover a lot in this series, and in this video we will go over my general advice to ranking up, but first we will be talking about what I want from this series. If you don't care about that and you just want to skip ahead to, know how to improve at Rocket League, there will be a timestamp. So let's get started, shall we? First off, if any of you have any ideas or things that you want to see from this series, definitely throw those down in the comments below. Like if you want to see me do stuff on air dribbling or just normal dribbling, let me know, and I'll make a video on that as well and add it to this series. Speaking of the series, my goal for this is going to be simple: to help people improve at Rocket League, and hopefully I will improve in the process. I'll be going over mechanics, breaking them down, explaining them the best I can. I'll probably be doing an entire video per mechanic or type of mechanic. I'll also be going over the mental aspect of things like positioning, game sense, mindset, mental games and mind games, and other things such as slumping. In each video, I will cover what the mechanic or game sense technique is, how you can learn it, when to use it in a game, where it is best to be used in the game, and why it is important to learn and or use the mechanic or game sense technique. I have a small roadmap written out for myself. I'm unsure how long it will take to make these, but I would like to do every week. If that's not going to work out, I'm going to be shooting for every other week. I'll be getting out one of these videos. So far, there are about 22 episodes planned out for the entire thing, and I will be getting those out as soon as I can, but I'm going to be keeping quality over quantity with these. I'm going to be making sure these are the best possible videos I can make before putting them out. All right. You all probably just want to know how to improve at Rocket League. So let's get into it. And I'm going to tell you right away, it's not just going to be one simple thing. There's going to be a lot. But if there is any place to start, especially in competitive, it's here. Mindset. Without a good mindset, you will find it increasingly hard to improve at Rocket League, especially as you go up in rank. I think having a good mindset is the most important factor to ranking up in this game. Let's go ahead and cover how to keep a good mindset and how your mindset can affect your games. There are 3 big ones, in my opinion. A few miscellaneous ones will be at the end, but these first 3 are the big boys. I think this is a really great place to start the series off at, because everything you do in real life or in car soccer is perceived and processed by your mind. And based on how you are feeling at any given point, that will change, and that given experience will change for you as well, whether that be good or bad. Firstly, being able to identify and accept the state of mind you are in is important. You'll need to be able to tell yourself, hey, I'm kind of tired today, or I've had a long day and I'm a little bit more irritable than normal, or maybe I'm a little depressed. If you are unmotivated or depressed, that can affect your gameplay or your perception of how you are playing. It's important to be able to recognize what sort of mental state you're in, because whether you want to admit it or not, it will affect what you are doing and how much you take away from the situation, the training, grinding, or ranked. And it's okay to be upset or depressed or just, flat out tired. But you have to know what you can or should do when you're feeling a given way. For example, if you're tired, you'll probably be playing slower. And when you're tired, your emotions are a little bit more on edge. And tilt can happen a lot easier when you're tired. To avoid this, maybe, put on some upbeat music or even lo-fi, my personal favorite, and vibe with a friend in casuals, where it doesn't matter what happens. And don't say you don't have any friends, because get your ass in my Discord right now, and I'll play some lo-fi casuals with you any day. God damn it. All right, so just get in here, join the Discord, okay? Or, don't play ranked. If that's all you care about, if you only care about rank, then just jump into casuals alone, solo queue it, and vibe. Work on a new mechanic. I know nobody out there has 100% perfected every single mechanic. And if you're not a mechanics guy, try a training pack. Once you start to hit a shot that you've been working on, it's one of the best feelings. And, let's say you're depressed. It's a lot easier to be hard on yourself and think you're trash or you're not improving or that you're just going to de-rank a lot. That's when you should take a step back, look at how far you've came, because even if it's not immediately clear to you, I bet you have. Watch a replay of yours and ignore the mistakes and look at your goals, the clean plays you make. Sometimes it is hard, but yeah, sometimes you gotta be your own hype man. One of my friends, Walu, is very good at this. He's also good at this in a team aspect, and having a hype man, I've noticed recently, is a very important thing. And sometimes you should be your own hype man. And this is also something I do when I'm getting down on myself. Even if you're being overdramatic, hype yourself up. Make yourself feel good. Because once you start believing in yourself more and being your own hype man, you'll see a pretty quick improvement in your mood overall. Say if you're mad, if you're pissed off, maybe 1v1s is not your game mode for the day. That's a given, unless you're a masochist, like me. Regardless, know what you should or should not do. Take a step back and do what's best for you. Don't push yourself too hard. It's much easier to improve when you're not pushing yourself too hard mentally. The second thing, environmental mindset. It's very easy to get distracted by the things around you. When I play, I try not to have any distractions. Like animals jumping around, a fan blowing in my face, and getting that one little piece of hair that flicks back into your eye over and over again, or yelling siblings, parents, anything like that. If the room is loud, throw a headset on, maybe get some noise canceling headphones. If people keep interrupting you, maybe just take a break. Go hang out with them, or be doing something that you can step away from, like a training pack, or, just free play. If you find there are multiple distractions, maybe, and I know this is going to be controversial, put the game down for a while and just come back to it when stuff is more chill. When you eliminate as many of these outside mental factors, you'll find it a lot easier to focus on what you're doing, because using it as an excuse for playing bad is lazy, and when you could just take a step away and come back later, that's on you. You gotta take accountability. No one wants to hear that you missed that open net because, and this is a quote, there were ants on my legs. Lastly, and most importantly, social comparison. This one is more of a human built-in way of thinking. Comparing yourself to others is a dodgy place to be. You have to remember that the pros behind the scenes put in hundreds of hours all the time to be able to do the stuff that they do. And the people that are better than you probably have done the same. So it's an unfair scale to put yourself onto. I'll quote one of my favorite YouTubers here, Zeke. Comparing yourself to others. By doing this, you put yourself into a box, holding yourself to a standard outside of your control. By separating your motivation from others and shifting it to yourself, you remove many of the hindrances that come with the constant comparison to others. And I think that quote from Zeke really hits home. And once you finally are able to stop comparing yourself to others, you are going to feel so much better about the way you play. And I wanted to talk about a few miscellaneous things here that kind of fit a little bit into each topic, but I couldn't really decide where to throw them in at. So here are your bonus tips. My best top 5 favorite bonus tips coming at you. Breaking up what you are trying to learn. What I mean here is, for a flip reset, for example, you start with learning to dribble, and once you get that down, you move on to controlling the dribble a little more. And after that, you learn how to roll it up the wall. That might take a little while to get used to. After that, you learn how to pop it off the wall. Maybe you're getting my point by now. Often when learning something, it can be broken down into a few steps instead of working on everything at once. Work on the first part, and after you have that down, work your way up from there. It'll save you lots of time instead of trying to do everything all at once. Once you work on each individual step of the process, it becomes a lot easier than working on the entire process all at once. Replay analysis. This is a good one for ranking up. I recommend it. You don't have to do it, and I know a lot of people have not done it. But if you feel like you're hard stuck in a certain rank and you don't know why, just do it. You've got to be able to criticize yourself constructively, and I have a video out on how to do this already. I'll probably update one when I feel like I'm a little bit better at analyzing, but for now, go ahead and check that out. Staying focused. Often I find when people are playing the game, they are playing absent-mindedly. They aren't playing with intent. They're playing without thinking and the plays they are making, and they're just kind of playing the game for fun, casually. A lot of people do it, it's fine, but if you genuinely want to improve, then you've got to be active and think about what you're doing throughout the entire process. What I do, and I'm sure you've seen this in a lot of my 1v1 videos, is I'm always talking to myself about what's happening, what I should or should not do, what the opponent is doing. This is a great way to stay focused on the game and not to zone out. And I feel like vocalizing that out loud has really helped me to improve over the last few months. Are you playing to win? Don't. Play to improve. Don't worry about a few losses. I know it's hard. I get upset when I lose as well. And everyone has their ups and downs. Because That's just how Rocket League is. If you're losing a bunch or you're losing games, just remember you're not going to remember these games. Maybe later in the week or a month. Or if you're as dumb as me, maybe you'll forget about them the next day. But it's likely you won't remember that game. So, just keep on working, keep on winning, and keep trying to improve. If you notice you're losing, don't just forfeit and leave. Try and get a sexy goal out. Try and outsmart your opponent. See what you're doing wrong. Maybe try and change something up midway through the game. This one's one that I personally like to do a lot. Watching and playing people better than you. This one can kind of be hard though, finding people to play with or against that are better than you. This kind of helps you see what you could do better, or see what they're doing better than you, or what they're taking advantage of. And it gives you experience in a higher field of play. Figure out what's holding you back. This is one that I had to do recently. Sit down and make a plan on how you will overcome whatever hurdle is in your way. If you can't dribble the ball, write down how you're going to work on that. The way that you can prioritize what's happening the most in your games, or what you think you should work on the most. Set out a little roadmap for yourself on what you're going to do to work on those, and just work on that every day. A big one that I've noticed from not only myself but others is hesitations. If you're trying to improve, hesitating isn't what you want to do. Hesitating is not getting you the experience that you need. The fear of missing a shot shouldn't be holding you back. You want to be continuously trying to hit the shots you can't hit, practicing the things you can't do. Because if you're hesitating while you're doing these things, you're not going to do them. You're going to mess them up more, and you won't be getting in the experience that's going to help you in the long run, show you what you need to or need not to do. And don't worry about your rank, worry about hitting those shots you want to hit. To summarize, you want to have a good mindset. If you're not in a good mindset, we've talked about what you can do to overcome that. Just be able to recognize the emotional mindset you're currently in, your environment. Take a look around and ask yourself, should I play 1v1s? Should I just play casuals? Or maybe I should just grind out some mechanics for the day. We talked about what you can do if your environment is a little too noisy. And we also talked about social comparisons, how those can really hold you back in the long run. Remember, by separating your motivation from others and shifting it onto yourself, you remove any of the hindrances that come with the constant comparison to others. And it can be degrading to always be comparing yourself to others. At the end of the day, remember that improvement is different for everyone, and we all learn at different paces. Step back, notice your own growth, and appreciate it. I struggle with this myself, and I often feel like I'm progressing slower than most people. And I feel this a lot because I hear a lot of people in the comments in my Discord that are improving so fast, and sometimes it bogs me down a little bit because I've been stuck in the place that I'm stuck in for so long. But it is important to look back and see what you're doing good. This is a hard one for me. I know it's a hard one for some other people. When I look back and I watch my first 1v1 video from this season, or last season, or the season before that, I can honestly say that I am improving. And just because it's not as fast as some people, it doesn't mean I'm not improving. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy this new series and are excited for it, as excited as I am. I'm gonna have so much fun making this series, and I really hope you guys enjoy watching the series and learn something. Again, if there's anything you want me to cover in the future videos, throw those into the comments, and I'll be sure to make a video on every single thing that's requested. All right, guys, peace.